Oh my goodness, people, this is the third time I have done this video all the way through. I keep getting interrupted, and I pause the video, and then when I unpause the video, it doesn't unpause. Anyways, here we go. I'm not stopping. If somebody knocks on my door, they just gotta wait till I'm done. Okay, here we go. In a kite, on the outside, this segment has to be the same as that one, and that one has to be the same as that one. This angle has to be the same as that angle. That is it. We don't know anything else about the outside of a kite. On the inside of a kite, where the diagonals exist, they will always meet at a 90-degree angle. This long diagonal cuts this short diagonal into two equal pieces. Also, this diagonal cuts this angle into two equal pieces, and it cuts this angle into two equal pieces, but those angles are not ever going to be the same, these and those. This short diagonal does not cut this angle in half, but what it does do is it does create two more sets of congruent angles. This angle, I'm going to put 4 dashes on it, is the same as this angle with 4 dashes, and this angle with 3 dashes is going to be the same as this angle with 3 dashes. And remember, all of these angles are 90 degrees. If one of them is, they all have to be. Okay, let's take a look at our next part. LION is a kite. Angle I and N are congruent. That means it's these two angles right here. These two. So, it doesn't matter how we shape this, as long as angle I and angle N are the congruent angles. So I'm going to say that's I and that's N. Now I got to spell L-I-O-N, so I could put the L here and go L-I-O-N, or I could put it here and do L-I-O-N. It will not affect the problem. I'm going to put it there. Now, it says that I-O is 9x minus 4. And IL is x plus 7. It says NO is 4x plus 16, and it wants to know what that is. Well, what we know, according to our picture up here, is these two angles are the same, sides are the same, and these two sides are the same. So that means I could make these equal to each other and figure out what x is, and then I could plug it in here, and I know how long this side is. So I'm going to say that 9x minus 4 equals 4x plus 16. The first thing I'm going to do is subtract 4x from both sides. So now 5x minus 4 equals 16. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So that minus 4 goes away. I have 5x equals, and that'll be 20. And the last thing I'm going to do is divide both sides by 5, so x is going to be 4. Now that I know x is 4, I can plug it in here. 4 plus 7 would be 11. That is how long that side is. On this one, KITE is a kite whose diagonals intersect at S. Angle I and angle E are congruent angles. So, same as before. It's I and E, I and E, KITE, KITE. The diagonals intersect at S. Segment IK is 10 and ES is 6. What is the length of KS? That's the question. Well, I know that if this is 10, this is 10, and if that's 6, that's 6. So I could look at either one of these two triangles here to figure out this, because that's a right angle. That is going to be a Pythagorean theorem problem. This is 10, that's our question, and this is 6, there's our right angle. So remember, with Pythagorean theorem, you always write the Pythagorean theorem first, or I do at least. Then you plug these, or label your triangle. Remember, if you touch the square, the right angle, you're not touching C. The only side I'm not touching is this one, so that's C. So that's A, and that's going to be B. So when I substitute my stuff in, I got a squared plus 6 squared equals 10 squared. I would now square two of those things. 6 squared is 36. 10 squared is 100. Since I'm looking for a, I'm going to subtract. So a squared equals 64. And the last step is to take the square root. So a equals 8. Alright, so that means this little segment right there is 8. That was the question we were trying to solve. DRAT is a kite whose diagonals intersect at Y. So I'm going to do this. And let's see, A and D are the congruent angles. So there's A and there's D. I'm going to draw my diagonals. So remember, it's DRAT, so DRAT, and it intersects at Y. Why? Why did I draw T? So, oh, I get it, tardy. That took me a second there. DAR is 50. Sorry, I just jumped to that. ATR is 20. That's it. And what's the measure of ART? So that's our question mark. That's our X right there. Oh, this is nice and easy. Look, that's a 90-degree angle, remember? So in this triangle, it has to equal 180. So we have 50 plus 90 plus X equals 180. If I add those together, I get 140 plus X equals 180. So X would equal 40. Okay? So that is the answer to that one. I hope that works for y'all. And how about that? 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Can't beat that time.